Are there any questions?
Can you hear me, Stuart?
Yeah.
So we haven't seen each other in a while.
Uh,
Been,
Crouch
yeah.
still and ask the question. Go ahead.
How am I doing? Other than the fact that we haven't seen each other in a while.
I'll put it this way, Joe. I hope we see each other for a while and you can
Yes.
finally, after all these years, learn what I have to teach you. And I mean that because otherwise, the coming and the going, it doesn't really do anything to develop a person's inner life.
Hmm.
The perseverance, the staying with it, the doing it over time. I can pass on to you
I
and
know.
learn. I need you to be there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I would suggest that. Okay, that's really important.
Yeah, I'm going to be regular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question? Yes, Celine.
Hi,
Hi.
how can you maintain an emotional stability, like emotional balance every day?
Well, Aileen, look, emotions, it gets back to a simple word. You understand? You need training. You need to develop an inner life that is strong enough, to keep your heart open and not to allow all those other emotions to take over and drain your energy away. It takes time. You have to have patience with yourself and understand that all of the habits you've built up in your life, from the earliest periods of your life, they don't go away in 2 months. But through building slowly an inner life, especially getting grounded in the chakra below the navel, where you can keep your mind focused there all the time, it allows the heart to open. And when the heart is open, understand there's love, there's joy, there's compassion, there's forgiveness, there's the highest elements of what it means to be a human being. There isn't that swampland of emotion that takes over and really destroys people. So have patience. It takes work and time and inner development and gradual growth in yourself to get to a place where you can master all of those emotions. And it comes. When I was younger, I had a swampland of emotions I had to deal with. And after time, I feel that stuff, and in 5 seconds, I bring it to the chakra below the navel, and it becomes chi. It disappears. It becomes harmony and balance. But that doesn't take place unless a person truly gets the training on how to use the mind, how to use the breath, how to use their need to grow, and how to sustain the openness that takes place inside them. That you have these emotions, it doesn't bother me, Aileen. I had them also. That you can get over them, yes, you can, if you get training and learn how to do it. That's all it takes is learning how to do it. And it doesn't come in a month. It took me a few years to master that. It took me 4 years just to get my mind quiet, relatively quiet. It's still noisy all these years later. But now I can deal with it. I know what to do with it, how to, quiet the mind, how to keep the emotions from sucking all my energy out of me. The exact things that kill us can give us life if we know how to use them inside. And that's kind of amazing. It's almost paradoxical to think that the things that kill people are exactly the things that can give them life if they master them and learn how to use those energies in a conscious way. So, dear, have patience with yourself, okay? And understand that these things don't go away overnight, but I promise you they do go away. I've been through it. I know exactly what you're asking, and it took time, but eventually the heart is open. It stays open. And all of that mishmash and all of that depression and anxiety, it becomes love. It becomes joy. It becomes, hey, I'm a human being. I'm alive. Life is sacred. Life is a miracle. I can enjoy it. I don't have to get swamped and all the anxiety inside myself. And honestly, not only for Eileen, but for all of us, we're all born here to live that way. But we have to learn how to do it. That's the tough part, learning how to do it, making the effort, committing yourself. Craziness is easy, it just comes. It's right on the surface. It just comes, and mastering it, you know, there's the work. Does anyone else have a question you'd like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question.
Yes, Paul?
I thought I heard you say in this last answer that we should have our attention in the hara all the time. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
How do I do that when I'm driving my car down the highway?
Well, that's what you do in this class. You don't do that while you're driving your car down the highway. You do that, and then you build a system in this class that is strong enough to take it with you when you leave. So you cross the bridge between the inner world and the objective world. And you bring that centeredness, you develop that centeredness in these classes. You develop that centeredness, and then you take it with you. So when you're driving the car, you're not sitting there thinking and daydreaming and drifting. You're completely focused because you have taken that centeredness with you from the meditation to when you eat, when you drive, when you shop, whatever you do during the day. It comes with you. You build a system inside that enables you to do it. And that's what these classes are for. For God's sake, I say, for the 8 billionth time, that's what these classes are about. Building that kind of system. You're not going to build that kind of system while you're driving a car. But you can build it here. And by building it here, you take it with you so that when you're driving the car, you're focused. You're focused on exactly what you're supposed to be doing, driving the car. Because you're not in your head, you're not in your emotions, you're not worried about your economics, you're not worried, you're driving the car. You're driving the car. I mean, it's very Zen, be in the moment. But how do you be in the moment? It's great to say this, but getting into the now is work. You have to build that inner life that gives you the strength to be focused in the moment. When you're eating your food, you're eating your food. You're not thinking about some great, you're eating your food. When you're sleeping, you're sleeping. I know when I write a book, I'm writing a book. I'm not thinking about a vacation, or this, or that, or who bothered me, somebody's bullshit. I'm writing a book. When I'm teaching these classes, I'm teaching these classes. That takes training. I'll repeat it for the 800th time. It takes training. You have to master your inner life, build a system inside in these classes that enables you to drive a car when you're driving a car, to eat when you're eating. But if you don't build that system, you're driving a car and you're worried about the future and the past and this and that, what's going to come up, my problems, right? That's how accidents happen. Understand, accidents are not accidents. It's just unconscious people. So use the class for that. That's what this is about. Learning how to do it. The energy is very strong here. It'll get you focused. It'll open you inside, and use it to build chi, to build power in that third chakra. And then by doing that, you can keep your heart open. And mind quiet. And then the next step is the transformation of quiet mind and open heart, chi, through the sexual chakra, where it transforms itself into energy that will activate Kundalini. All part of the training of this meditation. I mean, this is, Kundalini, Tantric, it's all of it, But it's all about transformation, change, converting, internal darkness to light. Does anyone else have a question?
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome, Bon. Yes, Magali.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, when I meditate and I go through the cycle and go through all my chakras, and then I release the energy through my crown chakra, I have a ball of light above my crown chakra that helps me reach to Rudy and then to Nityananda. Is that another chakras that's above the crown chakra, or is it just energy which is just floating and helping me reach?
Look, can I ask you, does it matter?
No, it does not at all. I'm just...
And just open and it's another, look, there's a little exercise you could do, which is very good, and you can project the image of Rudy or Nityananda sitting on the crown chakra. That's that ball of light you're talking about. And then the soul, the Kundalini, will bring the soul through Rudy, Nityananda, out the top of the head into the cosmos. You can project that image while you're doing your meditation. And it's that ball of light. I don't, I wouldn't say it's another chakra. It's just a higher dimension of energy that's there to be used to help you get closer to your spiritual enlightenment. So I wouldn't worry about whether it's a chakra or not. I would just say, I am grateful for this. This is an amazing experience, and I will use it to get closer to my enlightenment.
It's sometimes hard to just let go, as we all know in this practice is the main focus, and to be able to see this happening and not trying to say, okay, what can I do with it? Is there something, like with your chakras, you try to open them and then you say,
doesn't work. You have to let go. You have to surrender, That's the training also, the answer to everybody's question. You need to learn how to do all this stuff. You know, it's there. It's inside each. You know, look, every single human being is an enlightened being. Everyone. Every single human being lives about a football field behind themselves. And we have to get it together. But everybody has enlightenment, and you don't have to go anywhere to get enlightenment. It's all inside. You have to learn how to develop the chakras, to get Kundalini rising. It all is part of the training of meditation and the practice. And it takes time to do this.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. I mean, I have 7 of these classes a week. You know, it's not easy for me to do, you know. And, you know, people come, they don't come. I see them, I don't see, you know, I'm there. I always say it. I'm in every class. And I'm in every class for a simple reason. I know I need the training. I need the development. I need to do this to continue developing inside myself. I never take it for granted. And it doesn't matter how tired I am or what I feel like and this and that. I mean, like Rudy once told me, you can be tired on your own time. You cannot be tired on God's time. I'll never forget when he told me that. You know? Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no more questions, there will be more.
Stuart, I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Should we surrender also gratitude? Being
Should-
grateful?
I can't understand.
Should we surrender also being grateful?
Should we surrender racial?
Being grateful.
Should you surrender being grateful? Look, in order to get gratitude, you got to surrender everything. So don't worry about it. Okay. Gratitude is just offer it to God, your gratitude. Offer it to the people in your life. Offer it to life. Offer it to God. You don't have to worry about surrendering it. It'll take you to a place of such a remarkable state of being that, you know, that I mean, it's really the pathway to enlightenment, gratitude. You know, I always say happy people are enlightened people. Well, in order to attain that state of happiness, you've got to surrender very deeply inside. So don't worry about surrendering gratitude. Just learn to live with it, and it'll take you very far in your life. Because in order to stay with it, you're going to have to surrender an awful lot of other things.
Yes.
Does anyone else have a question you would like to know? Okay, as I announced all last week, there won't be a class tomorrow. I have to go get my bi-monthly eye procedure. And when I do that, I can't teach a class. It's just too much. So, but there will be a class on Wednesday. And again, God bless you all. Thank you. I tell you all the time, and I'll say it again, you are my teacher. Your presence here, you know, demands that I work really deep on myself. I want to work really deep on myself. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of you, you know, for being in my life. So God bless you all. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Enjoy it. And there will be class next Wednesday. I will see you then.
Night, Stuart. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Good night.
Bye.
Hi, Stuart.
Bye.